morning, sunshines. Witten's looking at me like, what is happening? Say good morning, sunshines, to my friends. Hi, guys. As you jump on, say good morning, sunshine. Hashtag GMS. I tricked you guys yesterday. You were like, Cal, do you have a dog now? No, that was an old video. That's Witten. Say that. Can you tell them, what does a horse say? What does a horse say? Tell them. Tell them. Guys, this kid freaking cracks me up lately. Okay, so as you jump on, say good morning, sunshine, and then hashtag GMS. We're going to be talking about filling up all of your cups and what does that exactly mean. So if that interests you, keep watching. Until then, we like to interact with one another. So we comment below this video and share, just say good morning, sunshine, and then share something you are grateful for this morning. Yeah. I'm grateful for getting to watch Witten John in this like learning cycle he's on, because he is so funny all the time and all the different things he's learning how to say. Can you say yes? Say yes. 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 Say yes. Huh. Yeah. Yes. And just getting the opportunity to rewatch, somebody just explore the world for the first time. It's like, it's such a miracle. It's so amazing. So I'm grateful in my heart for that today. I'm grateful for you guys. Today also, let's focus just slightly on your mindset adventure, your personal development. What are you doing right now for your personal development? And I love this because I don't think we've talked about this on one of the YouTube videos yet. What's one of your favorite books? Give a shout out. You want to go down? Give a shout out to any author, right? Or book that you love that's helps you make progress in your life. So it could be what you're reading right now. It could be a previous one. So just comment in that. A lot of people will go back and read through your suggestions, and it helps us discover new things and ways to grow. Okay, so that's how we start off today. And then we're going to talk about filling your cups up. Guys, not one of them, but all of them. And what does that look like, right? So yesterday, you guys know that sometimes I work from Starbucks so I can get away from my beautiful family and actually just like get in and focus. And it's funny because when I show up there, you guys, first I go in, this is gonna have something to do with the story, don't worry. So I go in, and I order my hot water, right? And they always double cup of hot water because it's hot AF, right? And then I go back to my little seat and I've got all my books out, my computer out, my journal out, and I'm doing all my stuff. And then I grab my own protein, like lemon almond tea, and I like pour it in there. I'm like, can I get a side of whipped cream? And they're like, sure. And then I get a little side of whipped cream. So now I'm like making my own concoction, and P.S. they don't care at all. They're like the best people ever. They're awesome. So now I've got like this like tea cup, and then I've got my double cup, and then I've got my whipped cream cup, and I'm sitting there and I'm having that, right? And then about 3 hours later, I'm like, okay, I'll go get my coffee. So then I go grab my coffee, and I'm like, I need water, because of course you need water. Good morning, sunshine, Lori. How are you, my beautiful? Oh, thank you. Guys, read Lori's book. See? There we go. And couldn't agree more about all three of those books. So then I go get my water cup, my coffee cup. So now I'm sitting there, right? And I've got all of my stuff everywhere. Like, I mean, like, it's just like, I'm like, hello, welcome to my office. And people are like, what is this lady doing? So yesterday morning, I don't know why, but I just took my tea all ready to go because I had time to make it before they open, because they don't open until 5:30 a.m. What's that all about, right? So I go in and I'm just sitting there with my one cup and I'm doing my writing, and somebody walks in and he's like, so what's going on? He said, usually I see you and you've got all the cups. Like today you just have one cup? And I said, yeah, I know. It's totally embarrassing, right? Like, make sure you order extra cups for me. So like, we're just laughing about the situation because I usually have all of these different cups around me. Now, let's take that and apply it to your life, right? In our world, you guys have heard about filling your cup. Whoa! You guys have heard about filling your cup up, right? Is your cup half empty or half full? All about our perception. Like, number one, your perception on a situation and how you show up to the situation. Is it half empty? Is it half full? That's all about being an optimist versus a pessimist. Really good conversations. We've chatted about it quite a bit before. There's also something you can look at with your cups, right? Of how you're filling yourself up. Like, right? So you're the cup, right? How are you filling yourself up in order for you to be able to share with others? And I've had different conversations where, or you guys can just pull this in right now, where we've talked about if you don't fill yourself up and up and up and up so that you can spill over into others, it's really hard to give. And so many people, a lot of women especially, feel like their role in the world is to give, do for them, do for them, do for the kids, do for your parents, do for your friends, right? Like you just give until you can't give anymore. And the thing is because you're giving, and every time you're giving, if you're not filling up your own self all the way down to the root, to the bottom, right? You're trying to give, and you're this empty cup of tea or coffee with 3 drips in it, and you're like turning it over, and you're like you're trying to shake out something so you can give it to other people, you guys. And here's the thing. You just can't give how you were meant to give if you don't receive yourself. This is hilarious that I'm talking about it, because when I went to see my coach a couple weeks ago, she was like, hey Cal, you know how you preach to everyone that they need to have self-care and you need to take care and you need to refuel and refill yourself? She said, guess what you're not doing? Guess where you're making excuses in your life? She's like, start leading from the front. And I was like, oh, busted. But this truthfully happens, right? To all of us. Sometimes we need the reminder or even the permission. Like not even just like, hey, like, Lori, Michelle, Cynthia, like make sure, right, you guys are filling yourselves up. But you need like somebody to tell you, you need to pause and you need to make yourself a priority. Right? So that when you do give back to your own energetic pool, when you give back to your own soul, when you dive into your own passion and purpose, now it's crazy because it's like when you start to do that. Have you guys ever been, where were we at? We were in Vegas at a bowling alley, and they maybe they have them everywhere now, but I don't get out of the house much, right? Where they put your beer on the little thing and it shoots the beer up from the bottom. Have you guys seen that? So like instead of like having this, so there's like so much head on the beer, they just go like this and it like fills it up perfectly. And then there's like a thing that suctions to the bottom. I was like, this is amazing, right? But what that reminds me of is where your cup is just naturally like even almost without effort, just filling up so you can spill over into everybody so continuously and so much. Witten, John, you don't get into the bathroom. Oh, you in your brother's room? Witten, John went into Jace's room. I don't know if you want to get him. There's probably like, I don't know, small things to eat on the floor, dimes and whatnot. You get out of there. He literally just went down there and shut the door in his big brother's room. That's ridiculous. Okay. Don't worry, John Carroll's getting him. So when you do that, like when you start this self-care routine, it starts to naturally happen where you are able to give to the people in your world without it feeling like such an effort, without it feeling like it's draining you. Because as you're spilling over to them, you're actually being filled up from the bottom, right? And you're able to keep spilling light into other humans. And that, you guys, when you discover how to do that, that's freaking beautiful. It's amazing, right? So what does that look like? And then let's talk about all the cups, not just one of the cups, right? So what that looks like, you guys, like what do I mean by like giving to other people? That could be giving energy. Like maybe you're the one who always volunteers, right? You're the one who, I'm going to be extreme about this, okay? You're the one who gets up early, gets everything prepped for the kids, for their lunches, for their sports. Then you do the laundry, then you clean, and then you get ready, and then you go to work. And on your way to work, you call and make the doctor's appointments, you make the dentist appointments. Then you check on your mom because she needs some support. And then a friend like says she really needs to go to lunch with you, but you really don't have time to go to lunch because you're busy at work and you got 3 more assignments. But then you still go to lunch with your friend, and you're like stressed out, and you're like shaking in your own skin because you've got all this different stuff to do, but you're just trying to pour. And then you come back to the office, and then somebody's like, oh my gosh, could you please help me with this one report? And you're like, and then you still help them with one report, even though you don't have time. And then you get off, and then you go get the kids, and then you're running them back and forth, right? Like you feel like literally you're pouring into everyone and doing all of the things. And you know, you've been there at some point in your life. I know I have, right? Where I'm like, oh, I cannot even catch a breath. So that's what pouring looks like. What is filling me? Like, right? Because you're like, okay, that's great, Cal, we all do that. So how do I continuously fill if that's the reality of my life? And this is where you want to look at starting to create boundaries for yourself and your personal routines and your personal time. Okay, that's great. I'll do all of those different things for you, but here's the deal. Mom gets from 5 to 6 a.m. by myself. Like I get like, and this is like a thing for me, like right now from like 4:30 or whenever my body wakes up, right? Until 6:30, it's like my time to study, my time to read, my time to meditate, my time to journal, my time to work out if I want to do it during that time, my time to just have my tea and breathe, right? To go for a walk. That's my time to get quiet and silent and really fill my heart up with my passion. So that I'm bringing that beer up from the bottom up. If you guys know what the analogy we're just talking about is, right? So that when I am showing up to all of the different things that I have to do to for the people in my world, then I'm able to show up just like with ease and grace. It just spills over into them. I don't know if that's connecting with you, right? Where you're seeing, okay, so how else can I fill up? Maybe it's that morning routine. Maybe it's a weekly massage. Maybe it's time for you to write because you like to express yourself. Maybe it's like your, it's generally, you guys, when I say it, it's generally something that's going to make you relax or laugh. Like you're going to find some sort of relaxed joy in it, right? And if there's not enough hours in the day, sometimes you have to say no. You guys, you have to say no, because if you keep saying yes to all the things, you can sometimes be doing a disservice to people around you because they're going to enable. And people, they know who to gravitate towards. We talked about energy suckers a little while ago, a little bit, right? They know who to gravitate towards. Like, oh, you know what? Like Lori's always going to say yes. I'm going to ask her like, hey, Lori, I totally forgot. Like, could you actually grab my kids today too? Whatever, right? Because she always says yes. They know who they can latch onto. So when you start to create those boundaries, we're like, hey, guess what? You guys are doing your own laundry now in the house because you can learn. You're 8 and 10 years old, right? Or if it's like, hey, guess what? Here's the lunch stuff. You can make your own lunches, right? You be the one responsible for like, while you're doing that, I'm going to be over here drinking my tea, filling up my own cup. So starting to create some defined boundaries of what you do for you and your time. And see if you can think about a couple of those. Now, finally, the whole subject of today was not just fill your cup, but it was to fill all the cups. So let's just take it one step further, because this piece, right, is to recognize that we have different areas in our life that we're working on going from here to there. Right? You have different areas. There's like buckets or cups, right? I know, isn't that, I love that, Lori. So we have different cups, right? Of different areas of our world that we're trying to fill up. So you have a relationship cup, right? You have a relationship cup, and let's just call that like relationship with with all of your like friends. You probably have multiple relationship cups, right? So how are you filling up that cup in your relationships? How you have a marriage cup specifically. What does that look like for you? Right? Because if you're always giving to your spouse, is your spouse, like, are they providing that beer from the bottom up to help you fill, or providing you the space and time to allow you to do that? You have another cup that's for your personal development, which we're talking about today, right? That's your self-growth cup. Are you filling that? Are you recognizing that one needs to be filled, right? You have your just joy and friendship and relax cup, like where you just want to like be around with people. You have your success cup. So this is where you want to look at the different areas of life, because if you're like, you know what? Okay, so everything you said, I don't do that, Cal. Like the kids do their own laundry, they get themselves ready. Like, right? I have time to do my miracle morning routine each day, and I get a lot of that. Okay, perfect. That area of your life, that cup you're doing well with. Is there a cup that you're not recognizing right now? Right? Is there maybe some filling that you need to do in your marriage cup, or in your financial security cup, or in your relationship with your parents' cup? So you can literally create those different things. And now remember, like if we did the relationship with your parents, that doesn't mean that you're like, okay, I need to work in and on my relationship with my parents. So I'm going to pour out, like, here's my cup. Here's my energy, parents. Like toss it in their face. I'm joking. I did this talk and I didn't even bring a cup of anything to drink. That's embarrassing, you guys. Right? It doesn't mean you just like throw it at them. It means you figure out how to fuel yourself up so you can give to that area of your life. How do you fuel yourself in that area? And that can be however you bring passion and joy into that area, into finances, into the relationship with your parents, into your marriage, right? So guys, you don't just have one cup, you got a shitload of cups. You're out there, you're like playing beer pong right now with all of your different cups, right? And you want to make sure that you're not just filling one, but you're doing your best to recognize and fill them all with joy in your heart. And I know that might sound a little daunting, a little bit like, well, wow, there's all those different cups, but here's where you want to start. Okay, just look at your general, like your one self cup, and just figure out right there: am I filling myself up, or am I exhausted by the by the end of the day? Am I giving to everyone all the time without filling up? And address that one first. And once that one feels good, then move on and say, you know what? Now I want to work in and on my my friendships, right? So I'm going to move to my friendship cup, and I'm going to see how to fill myself up, maybe with them or on my own, and pour into that. And then you can move on to your success cup, your financial success, whatever it is, right? So that might give you a couple steps of how to move from cup to cup to cup to cup to cup. Okay. Good morning, sunshines. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't noticed, we have different playlists that are starting to develop on the YouTube channel. So if you guys subscribe to Right Fit and like below, you're going to get notifications of those. We have the Kind of Cooking with Cals. So that's where we just have like quirky, healthy cooking. I've just started a bunch of workout, like 20-minute workout videos by request and for my Project Me's. So we're going to have some simple workouts you can do from home, and you actually do the full workout. I don't just explain it, like we do it together. And a couple more things. So just be watching for that. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Get out there and fill your cups up. All of them. Love you so much. Light and love from my home to yours. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. 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 Bye.